Good morning, children. Yesterday in our previous class we have discussed about the properties of whole numbers. So today we will continue the topic. So yesterday we have studied over addition, all those properties. Now we are going to study all those properties in case of multiplication. Okay? Properties of whole numbers. Under multiplication. So yesterday we have discussed with addition. Now I am going to apply all those properties whatever we have discussed on multiplication. So here only I will revise whatever we have finished yesterday. Multiplication. Addition and multiplication. See, if we are using any properties over addition and multiplication, all those are suitable. All those are suitable, but so now multiplication. Our first property, what we have discussed yesterday, closure property. So yesterday we have discussed about closure property, commutative property, associative property, and additive identity. All these properties we have discussed over addition. Today we are going to apply the same properties under multiplication for whole numbers. So whether these properties are suitable for multiplication or not, we will check today. Closure property states that so as we did yesterday, so many problems. Closure property just deals with if we are applying any operation, the result whatever we are getting, that is also a whole number. Okay, if we are performing on whole numbers, we have to get the result also a whole number. Yesterday we have discussed about addition. So when we are adding two whole numbers, result also is a whole number. That one we have discussed. Now what is our operation? Multiplication. So when we are multiplying two whole numbers, 3 into 5, what will be the result? 3 5s are 15. Okay, 3 is a whole number, 5 is a whole number, 15 also is a whole number. So whatever we discussed yesterday, same it is also suitable for multiplication. So closure property is satisfied over addition and multiplication. Now, if I am taking my smallest whole number 0, our smallest whole number 0 into take any non-zero whole number, that is 3. Okay, so 0 and 3 both are whole numbers. What is the product of 0 and 3? 0 itself. Whenever you are multiplying any number by 0, you will get the result as 0, multiplication by 0. Okay, whenever you are multiplying 0 with any number, the result is a 0. So 0 is a whole number. That means if you are multiplying any two whole numbers, result also is a whole number. That is the statement of closure property or multiplication. So take this statement for this. If we are multiplying any two whole numbers, the result also is a whole number. The result also is a whole number. So in this property, just we are checking whether the result is belongs to whole number or not. That's all. So in other words, if A comma B belongs to whole numbers, then A into B, simply AB also we can write. AB also belongs to whole numbers. A into B also belongs to whole numbers. So for example, 0 into 25 is equal to 0. 0, 25 both are whole numbers and the result 0 also is a whole number. And next 1 into 15. 15 ones are 15. So 1 is a whole number and 15 also is a whole number. So whatever result is there, that is also a whole number. And if I am taking 2 and 5, 2 5s are 15. Sorry, 2 5s are 10. So 2 is a whole number, 5 is a whole number and 10 is a whole number. All are whole numbers. Okay. When you are multiplying with 0, result is 0. When you are multiplying with 1, result is that number itself. So take any table. 7 ones are 7, 8 ones are 8. Like that, whenever you are multiplying with 1, you will getting same number as the result. So yesterday we have talked about identity element. When we are doing any operation, if we are getting same number as the result, so that one is when we are adding 0 to any number, we are getting that number only as the result. That's why 0 is called additive identity because of plus. Here, same like that only, 1 into any number is that number itself. So if you are multiplying with 1 for any number, we will get the same number as the result. So 1 is called additive identity element of whole numbers with respective to multiplication. Sorry, identity element of whole numbers with respect to multiplication. Otherwise, multiplicative identity. Okay, so that's what I am showing here. Whenever you are multiplying with 0, 0 only the result. Whenever you are multiplying with 1, same number you will get as the result. And any other numbers you will get the whole number only as the result. So all these are whole numbers. In any condition we are getting the result as a whole number only. That's why closure property satisfied over multiplication for whole numbers. Okay. Now coming to the second property, commutative property. So for addition, how we have studied commutative property? When we are changing, that is a plus b is equal to b plus a. When we are changing any two numbers and adding, the result is not changing. So that only that is suitable for two numbers. So here also same thing. There addition we did. Here we need to go for multiplication. So what is our second property? Commutative property. Commutative property. So commutative property states that if we are multiplying any two whole numbers, because here we are talking about whole numbers. If same properties we need to state for integers, instead of whole numbers we just write integers, that's all. Any same for any type of numbers, these properties only will continue. Okay, if we are multiplying any two whole numbers by changing their order, the result will not change. The result will remain the same. The result will not change. That's all. So observe with the example. Okay. So suppose I have 3 and 7. So what is their product? 3 7s are 21. Okay. Now change the numbers. 7 is in first place and 3 is in the second place. So I have changed the order of the numbers. Same numbers I am taking, but I am changing their order. So 7 3s are how much? 21. Even though you are changing the order of two numbers, the product is not changed. So that's why. So in other words, if a comma b belongs to whole numbers, then AB must be equal to BA. That is, A into B must be equal to B into A. That's all. So 3 7s are 21 and 7 3s are 21. That is 3 into 7 is equal to 7 into 3. Okay. If we are multiplying any two whole numbers by changing their order, the result will remain same. There is no change in the result. You are multiplying two whole numbers by changing their order, result will not change. If you have any doubt, take 0 and 1s also. You will get the same numbers. We will not get another result. I am coming to the third property, associative property. So our third property is associative property over multiplication of whole numbers. Observe if we are multiplying, so instead of two numbers, we need to take three numbers as we did yesterday, that's all. If we are multiplying any three whole numbers, by changing their order, the result will remain same. The result will not change. So we will check with the example. So in other words, what will be the, if A comma B comma C, three numbers we are talking. If we are multiplying any three whole numbers, A, B, C, all are belongs to whole numbers, then A into B into C is must be equal to A into B into C. So this product is same even you are changing the order also. So I am checking with the example. So I am using the numbers, three numbers A, B, C I want to take. So I am taking which are whole numbers only. I am taking 3, 5 and 2. These are my three numbers. Okay. Now I am finding their product. First of all I am using 3 into, so 5 and 2 I have kept the bracket. That means this one I need to calculate first. So 3 into 5 2s are 10. 3 10s are 30. Now observe, take the same numbers but change the bracket. Already we discussed about this. See here three numbers we will take. We will change the brackets. That's all. So 3 5s are 15 into 2. 15 2s are 30. So observe in both the cases, even we are changing the order of the numbers, the result is not changed. So that means when we are multiplying any three whole numbers by changing their order, the result is not changing. That's why, so the result is not changing. This is the statement for associative property and this is one of the examples. Okay. Now coming to the distributive property is for all is for every operation, not only multiplication, addition like that. Okay. Now coming to the last one, multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. So multiplicative identity is nothing but by multiplying which number we will get same number as the result. For example, 7 into dash is equal to 7 only I have to get. So which number I need to multiply? 7 ones are 7. Yes. So suppose dash into 10 is equal to 10 only the result. So which number I need to multiply to get the result as 10? 1. 1 tens are 10. Okay. See, for any number, if we are multiplying with 1, then the result is that number itself. That result is not changing. So that's why 1 is called multiplicative identity. Otherwise, identity element of whole numbers with respective to multiplication. 0 is additive identity. 1 is multiplicative identity for whole numbers. And as I told you yesterday, natural numbers does not have 0. That's why natural numbers doesn't have the additive identity. But in natural numbers also we have 1. That means multiplicative identity of natural numbers also 1. Okay. So remember, these are the different properties, whatever we have discussed yesterday and today. So once again, I am repeating all the properties. Closure property over addition and multiplication. Both are satisfied. A plus B also a whole number in every condition of A and B. And A into B also is a whole number for every condition of A and B. That is closure property. Coming to the commutative property, if we are adding any two whole numbers by changing their order, that is, for suppose my whole numbers are 3 and 5. I am changing the order, 5 is first and 3 is in second place. Then also 3 plus 5 is equal to 8, 5 plus 3 also equal to 8. There is no change. So commutative property is suitable over addition as well as multiplication also. 3 5 are 15, 5 3 are 15. Even though you are changing the order of those two numbers, the result didn't change. So commutative property is suitable for whole numbers over addition as well as multiplication. And third property, associative. So instead of two numbers, we will deal with the three numbers, and because we are using the grouping, that is brackets, that's why it is known as grouping property also. Okay, associative property. Instead of two numbers, we need to take three numbers. That is also possible for addition and multiplication of whole numbers. And coming to the additive identity. So what is the additive identity element of whole numbers? 0. 0 is the additive identity element of a whole numbers, and 1 is multiplicative identity of whole numbers. Additive identity is 0 and multiplicative identity is 1 for whole numbers. And coming to the natural numbers, in natural numbers we won't have 0. That means additive identity not there for natural numbers. So 1 only the multiplicative identity for natural numbers also. Now after this same properties we will try to apply on subtraction and division, whether it is are those suitable or not. So in our first class only I have told you all the properties satisfied for all the properties of whole numbers satisfied for addition and multiplication only. Subtraction and division doesn't satisfy all these properties. We will check them. Now subtraction I am checking. First of all, for subtraction. So what is our first property? Closure property. According to the closure property, if you are doing any operation, whatever result you are getting, that is also a whole number we must do. Now for suppose I am taking 3 is my whole number, 5 also is my whole number. I am subtracting those two. 3 minus 5 I did. So what I will get? Minus 2 I got. If I am changing the order, 5 minus 3 is equal to 2 I will do. So here 5 is a whole number, 3 is a whole number, 2 also is a whole number. But coming to 3 and 5, 5 is bigger than 3. We can't subtract a smaller number from the bigger number. So here 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay. But 5 is having minus sign, negative value. That's why minus 2 we got. See, 3, 5 whole numbers. But minus 2 is a whole number? No, it is an integer. So closure property over subtraction is not possible for whole numbers. Okay, subtraction is not closed for whole numbers. That means A minus B is not equal to whole number. Only for some cases it is possible, but in every case it is not. We are not getting. So property means compulsory. It is have to obey in all the conditions. But here some of the situations only this statement is true. If I am taking A is greater than B, then I will get whole number. But if I am taking A is less than B, in that case I am not getting a whole number. That means, for suppose observe this. 7 is greater than 2. 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. Now all are whole numbers. But if I am taking lesser value first, 3 minus 8, like this I have taken. Now 3 minus 8, their difference is 5, but 8 is having bigger sign. bigger, 8 is the bigger number. So before 8 we have minus, so minus 5. Minus 5 is not a whole number. So like that, closure property is not suitable over subtraction. Okay, and coming to the commutative property. Commutative property. Here, commutative property, according to the commutative property, by changing the order of two numbers, whatever difference is there for subtraction, I am stating, whatever difference you will get here, same difference you must get in other side also. Whether it is possible or not, we will check. Let's take A value 5, B value 2. Okay. Now A minus B is equal to 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. What is B minus A? B value is 2, A value is 5. 2 minus 5. 5 is greater than 2, so the difference is 3, okay. But 5 is having negative sign, so minus 3. 3 and minus 3 are the equal. 3 is not equal to minus 3 anyway. Okay, both are different. This is positive value and it is a negative value. Both are not equal. That means A minus B is not equal to B minus A. If you have any doubt, take some more examples and check whether it is possible or not. So it is not possible. That's why subtraction also is not commutative for whole numbers. Okay, subtraction not commutative, not closed for whole numbers, not closed, not commutative for whole numbers, as well as not associative also. Check with the associative property. Associative. So for associative property, A minus B minus C must be equal to A minus B minus C. Okay, whether it is possible, take A value 7, B value 5, C value 4. A minus B minus C is equal to 7 minus B value is 5 minus 4. So because brackets operation we need to do first. 7 minus 5 minus 4 is 1. 7 minus 1 is equal to 6. Check this. A minus B minus C. A value is 7 minus B value is 5 minus C value is 4. So first bracket is there for these two numbers. So we need to do this operation. 7 minus 5 is equal to 2. 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. 6 is not equal to minus 2. So A minus B minus C is not equal to A minus B minus C. So just observe subtraction, properties of whole numbers over subtraction. Any property is not suitable. Okay. Subtraction is not closed for whole numbers. Subtraction is not commutative for whole numbers. Subtraction is not associative for whole numbers. And there is no identity element also. If I am taking A minus 0, I will get A is the answer. But 0 minus A, minus A, I will get answer. Negative value I will get. So this is not suitable. When if I am taking plus 0 plus A plus 0, in both the cases I will get A only as the result. That's why 0 is called additive identity. But in case of subtraction, we will not get that. Okay, these are the different properties. Now coming to the division. So last operation is division. We have studied different properties for addition, multiplication, subtraction. So whatever properties we have studied, all those are suitable for addition and multiplication. But in case of subtraction, no property is suitable for whole numbers. And coming to the division also. So first, as I told you, closure property. With the example, I will tell you directly. 7 divided by 14 divided by 7 I am taking. Okay, 14 is a whole number, 7 is a whole number. 7 ones are 7 twos are, which is equal to 2 divided by 1, that is nothing but 2. Okay, and coming to, first suppose I am taking 8 divided by 16. Okay, 8 ones are 8 twos are, that is 1 is in the numerator by 2, 1 by 2. Observe here, 2 by 1, that is nothing but 2, it is a whole number. Okay, But 1 by 2 is a whole number? No, it is a fractional number. So closure property is not suitable for all the cases. Only it is suitable for some of the cases. But it is so when we are dividing any two whole numbers, we must get the result also a whole number. But it is possible for some of the cases. For all the cases, it is not obeyed. So that's why closure property is not suitable for whole numbers under division. Okay, closure property is suitable for addition and multiplication, not suitable for subtraction and division. Another property is also not suitable. Just observe commutative property. So according to commutative property, whatever numbers we will take, we take 14 by 17 only, 14 by 7, 7 ones are 7 twos are, which is equal to 2 by 1. 2 by 1 is nothing but a 2. Now what we have to do according to the commutative property, we need to change the order. 7 divided by 14. 7 ones are 7 twos are. Here numerator is 1 divided by 2. That is nothing but 1 by 2. 2 is not equal to 1 by 2. So commutative property also not suitable. Like this only, check it for associative property also. So any property is not suitable under division. And one more, division by 1. So when I am dividing any number, 7 divided by 1, that number only I will get as the result. Just as I told you, 2 divided by 1 is nothing but 2. So 3 is nothing but internally it is having the divisor 1. 3 divided by 1. That is nothing but 3. Okay. So any number is divided by 1, the result is that number itself. And coming to the division by 0. Division by 0. If I am dividing any number 8 by 0, okay, so this one I will explain with another method also. So with this all the properties have finished. Now we will solve the problems depending on the properties. Before that, one of the property is there, that is division by 0. So just observe one of the best example I am giving. 12 divided by 6 I gave for suppose. Okay, 12 divided by 6. So subtraction is multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. Why I am telling, observe here, 3 into 5. 3 is added 5 times. That's what we did on the number line also. Okay, 3 added 5 times. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So what is the answer? 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. Yes, 3 5s are 15 only. So multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. Same number repeatedly we are adding. So repeated addition is a multiplication. In the same way, repeated subtraction is a division. For that, I will show you. See, by using repeated subtraction method, repeated subtraction, what is the quotient? What is the quotient? I am going to show you. See, this is called repeated subtraction method. Okay, this is very, very important. 12 divided by 6 I am taking. First, my dividend is 12. That only the numerator. So 12 divided by repeated subtraction I am telling. So instead of division, I am going for subtraction. Minus. And what is the divisor here? 6. Okay. 12 minus 6. What is the answer? 6. Whatever number you are getting here, take that number as the second divisor. Dividend, sorry, subtract 6 and same number I am subtracting, repeated subtract. So divisor not changing. 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. In the same way, I am taking another example. 18 by 2. Okay, as we know 18 divided by 2, 2 9s are 18, 9 we will get the result. So now we will check. So how many times it is repeated, that one we need to count and write here. 1, 2 times we have repeated. So 12 divided by 6 is equal to 2. Now for next question, 18, what is the divisor? 2 minus 2. 18 minus 2 is equal to 16. So now we got the answer as 16. 16 minus 2. Same number we need to subtract. 16 minus 2 is equal to 14. Again 14 minus 2. So 14 minus 2 is equal to 12. Okay. Again what we got? 12 minus 2. Same number. Repeatedly we are subtracting. 12 minus 2 is 10. 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. This 8 we need to write here. 8 minus 2 is equal to 6. 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. And 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. We need to continue this process till we are getting the result 0. Okay. This method is called repeated subtraction method. So repeated we are finding the we are doing the division using the repeated subtraction method. Now observe how many times we have repeated this process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 18 divided by 2 is 9 only. 2 ones are 2 nines are. Yes. So take few more examples yourself and do in the repeated subtraction method. Now why I am telling this means, so till now any number divided by 0, 8 by 0, what will be the answer? By using the repeated subtraction method I am doing. So 8 is my number. I want to subtract from 8 as 0. 8 minus 0, I will get 8 only again. So whatever I got again I need to take here. 8 minus 0. So for suppose now I am taking 5 into 2 is equal to 5 into 2 not 10 divided by 5, otherwise 10 divided by 2. Okay, so 10 divided by 2 means 10 minus 2, 8. 8 minus 2, 6. 6 minus 2, 4. 4 minus 2, 2. 2 minus 2, 0. So we got 0 here. How many times we repeated this process? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In the same way, if I am making these two numbers, there is no use. So this number this side and this number here. So here two pairs I am using. This is one pair, this is one. Now first of all, 5 into 9 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 is equal. This is the given question here. No bracket is given in the question. Now I want to change 2 this side, 9 this side. By using the which property? Changing two numbers are which property? Commutative. And coming to the next pair, 3 and 5 is going to change. So now 5 into 9 into 2 I am writing as 2 into 5 and the commutative property. 2 into 3 into 5 I am writing as 5 into. So it is very much common. A into B must be equal to B into A. And the commutative property or multiplication. Okay. Now it is equal to 5 into here multiplying brackets what are the we will not make so whenever you are using the commutative property, after that you have to follow it by associating. So 5 into this bracket I am giving for first numbers 5 into 2 into 9 into 2 into 5 into 3. This is one pair and this is another pair. Now 5 is 10. 10 into 9 into 2 5 are 10. 10 into 3. These two now finally. So 10 9s are 90. 10 3s are 30. 9 3s are 27 and 2 zeros are there. 2700. So here we don't have to make any calculations. So remember this is the way to simplify whenever or see observe here between every number completely multiplication only given. So if you are looking between any numbers, more than 3 or more than 2. Keep it with them. If you are making all or plus other inputs, you have to use commutative property and associative property. Here we have used A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. So it is associative property over multiplication. So once again I am explaining observe. Whenever you are getting all inputs, otherwise all are plus numbers. In that type, compulsory you have to go for commutative property and associative property. When you are getting 3 numbers are more than 0, you are getting 2 numbers again you will get this. Okay, now coming to these problems. So for addition one problem I will explain and multiplication one problem I will explain. Whatever remaining problems are there, do these problems and try to explain. My first question is 431 plus 37 plus 69 plus 63. So it is because between every number, here how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 numbers are there. All those are related with plus sign. So here we are having to use commutative property or associative property. Is equal to. So as I told you, first in the bound distance. 431 right as it is. So which are the distance? 69 this side, 37 this. 69 plus 37 plus 63. So here I have used A plus B is equal to B plus A. That is commutative property. Okay, need to write the reason also, which is equal to. Now, if we are solving the brackets, whatever is there, then also we will not yes sir. That's it. And this one is bracket also. Distracting and splitting and first, second name, third number and having is bracket. Now in my second step, first number and second number must keep in the bracket. Nothing associated. That is 431 plus 16. So these two I am grouping. Plus 37 plus 63 I am given. So here what I did, this is actually your term A plus B plus C in bracket actually. But for my argument, from the associative property, I have used A plus B plus C. Okay. So which is equal to A plus B value. So what is this value? 431 plus 60. 60 plus 1 is 70. 430 plus 70 is 500 plus 37 plus 3 is 20. 60 plus 30 is 100. So complete answer is 600. Okay. Yesterday we did test. This problem. That's why I am explaining very clearly and easy. So always try to change the second and third name matrices. Then simplify by using commutative property and associative property. Whenever you are getting all plus values and all inputs, then you must use commutative and associative. Now coming for multiplication. 50 into 70 into 3 numbers and multiplication here. P into 70 into 2. So here I am going observe 50. I'm not changing. So remaining is 2 into 17. Okay. So it is A into B is equal to B into A. By the commutative property, which is equal to, so 2 into 17, again this bracket I will follow these two brackets. That is P into 2 into 17. So it is from A into B. Actually, A into B into C is having the bracket. I have changed the my commutative A into B into C by the associative property. So now multiply whatever is there in this. Simply use a 100 into 70. 17 ones are 17 and 2 zeros are less 1700. That's all. Very, very simple. Let's say this way only we are presenting this problem. Okay, and for this same time, I am giving two questions. Simplify yourself. Those two questions are one addition and one is one multiplication. And first question is use the properties. Use the properties and simplify the following. So which property you can use? You must understand. Simplify the following. My first question is 390 plus 69 plus 81. And my second question is 2 into 71 into 5. That's all. These two only. So just observe the given question. First thing, observe the given question. How many numbers are there? 5. How many numbers are there? 3 numbers. Between those 3 numbers, we have plus and plus. So we need to go to use commutative property and associative property. So even here also 9 is there. 9 plus 1, 10 of them. But if you are adding these two, here also 9 is there. Means 10 is on top of both. Then go to next place. So hundreds plus we will not get a 0 to. Okay, nearest hundreds we will not get by adding these two. But if you are adding these two, nearest hundreds we will get. Okay, this one we will get as hundreds. That's why we need to change this. So first one, solution. 390 plus 69 plus 81. So now which numbers I want to add now? I want to change 81 I have to change into 390. So these two numbers. First number I will 390 plus 81 plus 16. So here I am going to change A plus B and 3 plus A as the commutative property. Okay, now which is equal to, so if again after the changing concept by doing this calculation, there is no use for changing. That's why compulsory I need to use another formula, another property, that is associative property. So 399 and 81 both are having the bracket. 69 is allowed now. Okay, so it is from the property associated. A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C, which is equal to 319 plus 3 is equal to what? 320 plus 18, 400 plus 16, so which is equal to 416, and that's all. LCM process for the second problem also. Always so many examples I have told you. So observe, whenever we are using the associative commutative property, this is the relation. So 2 into 75 into 5. So we are in the question they are indicated the bracket. So our step is very simple. These two numbers we need to change. We are added into 3 numbers we are added multiplication equation. That's why we need to go the associative and commutative properties. So here we will do 2 into inside the bracket what are the answer and 5 into 75. So here inside the bracket A into B is equal to B into A. So it is equal to 5 and 75 are having the bracket. So 2.5 and into 75. So this is by using the commutative property. A into B into C A into B into C. Okay, so which is equal to 500 into 700. 700. That's all. Very simple questions. Very simple problems. So like this, we need to simplify. Some of the exercise problems are there, we will do. And after this, some of the examples are given for distributive property also. So my third example is for use of distributive property. Example. Tomorrow we will study exercise problems. Previously, whatever we have do these queries, all those problems are explained. So for better understanding purpose, after this we will go through with the exercise. Now my example is find the 12 into 75 using proper and just example. So as I told you, every number of associative or commutative, compulsory every number conventional operation is having here increase it. But another number must get into okay. All our places are there. Then also we have to use commutative property and associative. Coming to this number, only 2 numbers are there. I already started understanding. When 2 numbers we have to go for distributive property. So it is just how we will use distributive property also. Actually, what is the distributive property? First of all, remember that distributive property we can do the addition with the combination, addition and subtraction also. So distributive property. What is the distributive property? So according to the distributive property, A into B plus C. A is distributed over B as well as C. Okay, don't confuse. A plus B plus C, that is different. All are places associated. We are coming to distributed. One is into, one is plus. Before that, compulsory. And it is also we can write by using the subtraction. Multiplication distributed over addition as well as subtraction also. So A into B minus A into C. This is very, very important problem. Now two numbers are given. Only two. So is this one? No. Is this one? No. But we can convert into that form. Now this also. So first case I did. Okay. And for first case, I read 12 into 75. So select the greater number. Here among these two greater number is 75. So 75 is like with nearest to 10 is 100 series. 75 is a chemistry constant. So it is like between 70 and 80. Okay. So what I am doing now, I want to use plus. So I am using expanded form of 75. 70 plus 5. And expanding any one of the number we can expand. So I am expanding bigger number as 70 plus 5. So which is equal to, now it is in which form? A into B plus A, B, C. A into B plus C. So what is this simplification? A into B plus A into C. A value is 12. 12 into B is 70 plus A into C. 12 into 5. So just observe this. Into plus 4 into that is a distributed property. So here A is distributed over B as well as C. Here A value is 2. So it is distributed over 70 as well as 5. So 12 into 70 plus 12 into 5. 12 7 is 84. And one of the equations for 840 plus 12 5 is 60. 840 plus 60 is 900. This is in first process. Same question we can do along with this one. So otherwise, by using the second condition, I'm writing 12 into 75 is equal to, as I told you, 75 lies in between 70 as well as 80. So 70 is 70 plus 5. Next condition, I am using 75 as 80 minus 5. Okay, 75 I am using as 80 minus 5. Now, so it is in which form like this? A into B minus C. A into B minus C. A into B minus A into C. So 12 into 80 minus 12 into 5. So I'm going to make 96. 960 minus 12 minus 60. So which is equal to 900. Like this, we can use the distributive property in different conditions. So both the ways we can use. So we will continue the class tomorrow.